Well, Croatia was a very big nightmare for Chelsea yesterday as they traveled all the way from London to Croatia only to suffer a defeat in the hands of Dynamo Zagreb. As it was all smiles for Erling Braut Haaland as he was able to travel to Spain and make sure that he still pounded more miseries on Julian Lopetegui's men as they defeated Sevilla 4-0. The Champions League is back and better. If anyone, welcome to you sport lovers across the globe listening to me this morning on the Big 101.7 FM radio, your own radio. It is the Wednesday edition, the midweek edition of the show. Quickly, a look at our top stories this sporting morning. Saul Canelo Alvarez admires Kamaru Usman's fighting spirit. Nick Kyrgios shockingly crashes out of the US Open. We'll be giving you updates from the ongoing US Open this morning. The UEFA Champions League makes a return as Dynamo Zagreb defeat Chelsea and Erling Haaland just can't stop scoring. Results and fixtures of matches from across the globe are going to come away this sporting morning. Well, I am who will be piloting this plane, moving 360 degrees around the world of sports and thereabout. We'll make sure to give you every sporting activity that you need to know this morning. As you know, I'm not alone in the building. I have Oscar with me. Oscar, good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning, Mona, and good morning to our listeners this morning. Welcome to another segment of the Mega Sports on Omega 101.7 FM, my radio. As you can hear from my voice, I am super. I don't know how to explain what happened yesterday. It was traumatic, really.
Well,
Our performance was shambolic.
we'll still enter to that this morning. We'll be talking about the Champions League and how it all unfolded yesterday. But quickly, we will start off from the boxing arena. We'll start off from the boxing ring this morning. Well, beginning with boxing this morning quickly. Champion Saul Canelo Alvarez has come out to say that he admires Kamaru Usman's fighting spirit and he hopes that someday, maybe, they will have an encounter, but not now because he's currently focused on his trilogy encounter with Gennady Golovkin. But quickly, Oscar, looking at Kamaru Usman and Saul Canelo Alvarez, can Canelo Alvarez survive in the octagon? Looking at how will I put it now? How he has been all shaky in the boxing ring, moving from sports to sport and all that. Do you think he will survive in the octagon when he's up against Kamaru Usman?
I've always said Canelo Alvarez should focus on one thing. He should focus on one thing, really. And for Usman, really, I think he shouldn't be bothered about this type of fight. I think he should, focus on getting back and winning back the belts that he lost already. Right now, he's currently without any title, so he should go back to the ring and then, train harder and then seek for a rematch against the person that beat him and with all his belts and then try to get it back. I think that should be his main focus now, not on Canelo Alvarez.
Well, the thing is, both men are taking, if there's every possibility in the nearest future, they will have such an encounter. It was, first of all, Kamaru Usman sometime about trying to call out Canelo Alvarez, wanted to have a part with him, but Canelo says that not now. Maybe someday we'll have that encounter. But for now, let me focus on my trilogy encounter with Gennady Golovkin, which is going to be, remember, on the 17th of September, that encounter will go down. Now, still talking about boxing, still talking about the Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua fight. Now, a deal is on the tables right now, and Tyson Fury is offering Anthony Joshua a 60-40 deal. Take it or leave it. And as it stands now, it's looking like Anthony Joshua must just hop on this offer.
But wait, I thought Fury is saying he doesn't want to fight for money again.
There's no how you have such an encounter. And
the money is about this.
Remember that Anthony Joshua responded to Fury saying that I don't do online discussions, neither am I here for clout. Yeah. So possibly Tyson Fury is the type of person that he loves being in the media, he loves saying things. But now he has said 60-40, take it or leave it. The match must happen.
I don't know. I think maybe Joshua on his own wants to, get back in the ring, and with all the doubts about people saying he should go back to the amateur league, I think he's looking for a way to, get back into the people's mind to say, I am still Anthony Joshua, I can still do this, so give me a chance. So I think that's what this fight about. I think that's why he's jumping at this opportunity to take on Tyson Fury. But he should also know that Tyson Fury is not somebody you just jump into the ring with if you're not prepared, because you're going to get beat.
Because if you look at it, the last time Tyson Fury fought an encounter, if I'm not mistaken, it is some months back, and now the only person who is in serious career is Anthony Joshua, and you're coming from a defeat. Your headspace is the first thing that we should be thinking about. Tyson Fury is just looking for an encounter. He wants to punch someone. That is just what is on his mind. But let's see how this encounter will go. Anthony Joshua, 60-40 deal. 60-40, take it or leave it. December, we'll be looking to see that both men will make sure that they lock horns in the ring. Now, moving over from boxing and everything that is happening in the boxing arena. Now, quickly, let's move over to tennis. Yesterday, it was shocking. Let me not say yesterday, because yesterday we saw Carlos Alcaraz. He made sure he defeated Martin Cilic in his encounter. Casper Ruud was able to cruise into the semifinals as well. Defeated Matteo Berrettini. Now, yesterday, I was able to watch the encounter between Onas Jabeur and Ajla Tomljanovic. Now, this encounter was seriously dragging. But after everything that happened, Onas Jabeur came out victorious, 6-4, 7-6 in that encounter. So, Onas Jabeur now, the Minister for Happiness from Tunisia, is in the semifinals for the first time in the US Open. Now, what will be your congratulatory words to Jabeur? She's in the semifinals.
No, I was always backing her to, get that win. Although I knew it was not going to.
It wasn't easy. They said it wasn't easy.
So, but congratulations to her once more. She's doing great things. I think she should just keep her head down and then keep doing what she's doing. Whatever she's doing now is clearly working for her. To get to the Wimbledon finals is not an easy feat. And now she's in the US Open semi-finals. Just one match to the finals.
Just one match.
So I think she should keep doing exactly what she's doing now, as it's clearly working, and then putting more effort, and maybe she gets she crosses the line this time.
Crosses it this time around. Now, still talking about US Open, in the early hours of today, Kyrgios was in action against Karen Khachanov, and this was an encounter that everyone expected Kyrgios to win, but he lost surprisingly 7-5, 6-4, 7-5, 7-6, 6-4 in this encounter. Both men won 2 sets, and it was down to the last set who would take it. And Karen Khachanov was able to defeat Nick Kyrgios.
Yeah, we will never know what goes on in people's mind when it comes to sports, and that's why we love the game of sports. Really, you can never. It's not something you predict.
You don't. It's very hard to predict.
It's an upset, totally a big upset, because I personally, it was my favorite to win this tournament.
Looking at the fact that the big dogs were out, and he knocked out the world number one.
It's really sad. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what happened. I don't know what went wrong in his game. But he's proved himself to be a very good tennis player. So I think he should go back to the drawing board and try to come back again stronger. But this one is a massive loss to him.
Very big, massive loss. Now, just affect his ATP rankings when the next ones will come out.
It should have been way better than what it's going to be now, of course. But I don't think he should let this affect his confidence too, because he's had a wonderful year, and up to this moment he's been winning matches upon matches, and I think his only loss before this one was against Novak Djokovic in the Wimbledon final.
Yes.
He should, the way he took that final also, he should take this one like that and then try and come back stronger. That's the only thing I can't say, because it was a huge upset. Yes.
Very big upset. Now, today, Andy Rublev will take on Francis Tiafoe. Now, both men had it fantastic. Andy Rublev defeated Cameron Norrie to get to this stage, and Francis Tiafoe defeated Rafael Nadal. What are we to expect from both men later today?
Full of confidence, buoyed by their last win. They are going to come into this fight, expecting to do what they did in their last match, and it's going to be a tough encounter too. But I'm looking forward to see who wins this one, because right about now, the both of them are looking like the strongest people left in this tournament to go ahead.
Now, in the women's division, Corey Coco Gauff lost to Caroline Garcia 6-3, 6-4. Another clear case of not being consistent.
I saw that one coming, really, because I don't know why I saw it coming, because that's what we've always gotten from Coco Golf. She starts a tournament well, and then she plays, and towards when you expect her to up her game,
Up the game.
she loses it. So I was like, maybe it's time for Coco Golf to lose a game.
No. Now the big question now is, this is not the first time she's crashing out in such high spirits. The same thing happened to Raducanu at the first round of US Open. What do you feel the young female tennis players now should do in terms of matching the greats? Because if it is only consistency, I'm not sure it's only consistency that is affecting these ladies.
It's, I don't know, maybe the mentality, the coaches around you who support you, who tell that winning mentality. You need to bring it into your game. Like, yeah, once you bring that in, and then you stay a little. I will still hammer on consistency, because even if it's not about being consistent alone, I think tennis players should, see every match as a final. I watched Serena Williams when she was in her prime. She doesn't joke with any tournament, even if it's against the lowest ranked person. She comes out like, this is final every game, and I think that's how every of these ladies needs to start playing every of their matches. Because sometimes they'll feel like, okay, this is an easier opponent than the last one I had, so maybe I'll step it down a little bit, and then you go there and get beat. So I think they should see every match final, the US Open final. Just tell yourself, I'm going in for a final, not just a match to qualify for the next round. So I think that's where the headspace should be.
Well, let's see how it will go, because Caroline Garcia is currently has booked the spot in the semi-finals. We'll be looking to see Iga Swiatek. She will be Caroline Pliskova will take on Ariana Sabalenka for the second quarterfinal encounter in the US Open, to see who will book a space in the semi-final. So that is how it is panning out in the very world of tennis in the US Open currently. Now, moving on from the US Open, now moving over to everything concerning Africa. We are still here to get a news about Grace Wokocha's supposedly suspension by the Athletics Integrity Unit for testing positive for a banned substance. Nothing has been contributed, nothing has been said yet. No information has been passed. So we are hoping that it was a fluke. But if it comes out that she really tested positive to a banned substance, then this is a big cause of worry. Now, moving over from that, Super Falcons, yesterday, they played the second leg of their friendly encounter against USA. And this time around, they lost 2-1. But it was a bittersweet result, because we've never won against United States of America, and we've never scored against them. We have a 20-year goalless streak against USA. The last time we scored against them was in 1999. That was the last time we scored against United States, and they eventually went on to win that match 7-1, despite we scoring first in that encounter. So now, yesterday, we're able to break the 20-year goalless streak, but we still lost 2-1. And the goal didn't come from Ifeoma Onumonu, it came from Uchenna Kalu. Now, what could be the way forward for Randy Wildung's team? This is very bad, because this is 6-1 on aggregate. We lost.
No, you're seeing the loss, but I think they took a cue maybe from what I said yesterday, because you heard me say it's not about going there to win. It's about going there to make sure you don't get beaten so disgracefully. And then they went a step further to even score. The fact that they only considered 2, but they managed to score one. It's better than what, maybe he has seen it himself. It's better than whatever they put in the first leg, where they lost 4-0. And the USA would have felt it too, that, okay, this was not the same team we played in the first leg. They got a bit better. So I think they have seen a progress. And then what he needs to do now is to continue this progress, and not be like, okay, we've gotten there, we've arrived, we scored against the USA. No, you continue the progress. You've watched your team. You now know who your threats are, who get you the goals, and then you play your best team. You always play your best teams. You don't play because it's this person, it's because this person's name is known. You play your best team. You play the person that you know is going to get a goal. It's going to finish the chance when it's been presented.
Now, looking at Aziza Toshola, who is currently on injury at this point, she has returned, but Ifeoma Onumonu is seemingly not to step into the shoes and fill in the vacuum of a striking position very well. Now, Uchenna Kanu, now coming off the bench yesterday, she was impressive. She started the game actually, and she was a substitute, and she made sure that She replaced Onomonu in fine fashion, and she eventually got that goal for us. Does this mean that she has made a statement that I deserve to get a starting?
Yeah, you always do that. You always look at the person that have gotten the goal and be like, okay, maybe I give her a run of games, and if she can keep this going. I think that's what happened with Havertz and Lukaku last season. Lukaku was definitely the top the starter, but then at a point he wasn't getting the goals, and then they brought in Havertz. He scored. The next match he scored. So teacher was like, maybe I should leave this
Lukaku to the bench.
So that's how it's done. You don't do because okay, this is the name that is known. I'll just keep even if they are not scoring. No, if somebody is hungrier, you put the person that is hungrier into the team, and maybe they get you all the goals.
Well, we just hope that Randy Waldron will be able to have positives from this encounter, because we can't head into the Women's World Cup with this kind of low-spirited team and a team with lackluster that is not able to fire on all cylinders, making sure that the attacking department is working well. Midfielders are ready to up their game, and the defenders are a solid block at the defense line. And talking about our goalkeeper Chamaka Nnadozie, we hope that she would also hop up a game as well. Now, moving on from everything football, still in Africa, the Diamond League final begins today, and our very own Tobiloba Amuso is going to be in action tomorrow. But the defense now is that Shelley and Fraser Price of Jamaica will be looking to extend her long record in this Diamond League. She will be looking to make sure that she does so in the final. And now, again, is looking at Mondo Duplantis. He is a pole voter, and he was on an unbeaten streak during the Brussels games, but his unbeaten streak was ended by a Philippine man in the name of John Obiena. So looking into this encounter now, Duplantis wants to set a world record for himself, despite having bad and card outing in Brussels. What do you feel will be his headspace entering into this finals in the Diamond League?
I think that's how you respond from a lose. Like, he's not looking to win that tournament anymore. It's not about winning.
That was his first defeat in 2022 in Brussels.
His next outing, he's not going there to win. He's going there to shatter the world record.
Yes.
That's the standard you have to set when you have lost. So I think he has set a standard for himself. Hopefully it's not too much for him to do, but I think he's a winner already. He's a champion.
He's a champion.
So setting those standards, it keeps you in a headspace where you go ahead and then you win your next outing. That's how it's done.
Well, let's see how it is going to go down. Now, talking about our very own Tobiloba Amusan, she broke the world record at the World Championships with 12.12 seconds. Olympic gold medalist Jasmine Camacho of Puerto Rico beat Tobiloba Amusan 2 weeks ago to make sure that she was able to halt Tobiloba Amusan's continuous streak. But now, going into this Zurich final, now, what do we expect from Tobiloba Amusan?
It's exactly like the other guy. Now, Toby should be looking to beat her own world record.
Her own world record.
What should be on her mind is, I want to run 12:11 or 12:10. Don't look at every other person beside you. I want that 12:10 or 12:11. That's where her headspace should be in, because once you're able to even run that 12:12, there is no way you're not getting a win in that race. So I think that's what she should focus on, and hopefully she stays injury free till tomorrow, and then maybe do us proud again.
Well, we hope that she will stay injury free and do us proud. Excellent. Now, Fraser Price is also another woman who is, I feel she's unstoppable when it comes to athletics. In her first full undefeated 100-meter session, she was denied by Jackson in Brussels last week as well. It was shocking because she felt she won that encounter, but when the results were up, Jackson was the one who came out victorious in that encounter. So Fraser Price will be looking to tell the world that once again, I am still a champion, and I have what it takes to make sure that I do excellently well. Now, switching over to the European scene this morning, the Champions League began yesterday, and it all started with Dynamo Zagreb versus Chelsea of London. Chelsea traveling over to Croatia and getting the loss in that encounter. A 13-minute goal from Orsic. Miroslav Orsic was able to down Chelsea after 98 minutes.
I don't as in it was calamity from the start. As in Tuchel did like an amateur in that game. You don't buy a striker and immediately throw him into it. It's not done. It was obvious that they were not. Aubameyang was not in the same wavelength with everybody in that forward line. Like he could have had 2 goals in the first 15-20 minutes, but he was not in the same wavelength with Kai Havertz and Sterling. So he didn't know where they were going to pass those balls. How many training sessions does he have? You bring these people on maybe in the second half or to change the game. That's how it's done. But aside stats, every of their players today was horrible. Was horrible. The midfield was not there. The Mount and Kovacic partnership, it didn't even start to work at all. It didn't start from the get-go. And the defense, I don't know why you would remove Thiago Silva. This is the Champions League. It's not like you're playing a Carling Cup or an FA Cup. This is the Champions League, and this is your first match that you should play your best team and try to get the first win. That's what everybody else was looking for. And this has set a tone for the remainder of the game. The only good thing they have going for them in this tournament right now is that AC Milan played a draw with Salzburg. That's the only thing they have going, because if had any other person won, then you have 2 people ahead of you, like with 3 points already. So I think that's the only thing they have going for them right now.
Well, let's see how Chelsea will be able to respond in their next encounter. Dynamo Zagreb, after winning this encounter, it was all praises. They were happy because they never saw themselves winning Chelsea yesterday. Now, still talking about the UEFA Champions League. Karim Benzema was in action yesterday, but there seems to be a problem at this point. He left that encounter with a knee injury. He was subbed on by Eden Hazard, and Eden Hazard was able to get on the score sheet. Now, if Karim Benzema goes on a knee injury, and we all know how long injuries will be able to keep you out of contention for a long period of time, is this a cause of worry for Carlo Ancelotti's team at this point?
It definitely is a cause of worry, losing your best player. I was going to say one of your best players, but then Benzema is the best player,
and he is the goal scorer.
And losing him at this early in every tournament at all is a huge blow for Real Madrid. The only thing is we'll be hoping that every other person steps up. Like this is the perfect chance for Eden Hazard to step up, even if it's that first 9 role that he has played for Chelsea already. He steps into that role, and then he needs to step up, because if not that, then the Real Madrid will be in a very, very big trouble.
Well, knee injury for Karim Benzema is very alarming, as Carlo Ancelotti is praying that it is not serious. But if it is serious, Eden Hazard, it is time for you to step up, because yesterday he got in the game yesterday, and he was able to get himself a goal in that encounter. Now, moving over from everything that happened with Real Madrid yesterday. Now, the man of the moment, the man of the occasion, Erling Braut Haaland, was able to match the ball, because I won't say he scored. He matched the ball into the net yesterday as he got 2 goals against Sevilla. Lewandowski was able to get 1 over the weekend against Sevilla, and now Erling Braut Haaland scores 2 against Sevilla yesterday.
No, we didn't know Haaland was going to score. It was a question of how many.
It just took him 20 minutes.
So it was only a question of how many is he going to score. People don't know how good Haaland is yet, but I don't know who said he's going to score 42 goals for City this season. I think 42 will be small.
Yeah, he currently has 25 goals in 20 Champions League appearances.
Given how he has started his life at City, and given the people around him, that's what
they are ready to give him the ball.
They are saying Premier League is a farmers' league. It's not about Premier League being farmers' team. Look at the people around Haaland. He didn't even have close to that quality in Dortmund. And he did what he did.
It was only Bellingham.
Yeah, now he has got all the service he needs. He's going to score goals upon goals this season. Any match he's going, I don't see him not scoring in any game he plays at all.
Currently, his goal ratio now is 1.23 per game. It tells you that my ratio is this high that I must score, and there's every possibility that he scores every 20 minutes in the game.
So it's as expected. Like immediately City announced that signing, I was like, Premier League is in deep trouble. It's not just Premier League, even everybody in the Champions League. I see Man City going on to win this Champions League, really.
Well, let us see how it will go, because if Erling Haaland continues like this, he will shatter a lot of records. Yeah. He has scored 12 goals in 7 games for Manchester City, and this is just his first season in the team. That. Well, let's see how it will go. It was not only Haaland who got the goal yesterday. Phil Foden was also on the score sheet, as also Ruben Dias was also on the score sheet. Now, still talking about Man City, Akanji was also, surprisingly, he was a starter in that game. And now, Pep Guardiola says that he is similar to Aymeric Laporte, which brings me to the question. I remember when Barcelona signed Clement Lenglet from Sevilla as this man's replacement, the man in Lecce currently now, Umtiti. They signed him as Umtiti's replacement and saying that he is similar to him. If you look at Laporte, he is injury prone. Does this smell bad news for Laporte in the starting lineup for Manchester City?
I think in that City squad, once you're not always fit to play, you're not ready to play, and somebody comes and proves that they are better than you. Guardiola is not somebody that plays on sentiments. Anybody that is better always gets the nod over you. It's how he has always played. It's how he has been playing. So I think that's the bad thing about getting injured when you are in a competitive team like Manchester City, because somebody else might just come from the bench and then while Pep Guardiola,
wow, the coach,
and maybe when you now return,
feel you are back from
you will now become a bit part player in the team. So I think if Manuel Akanji surprises him that much, he will give him the nod. He will give him everything that he needs to flourish in the team.
Well, it was an impressive debut for Akanji in the UCL yesterday for Manchester City, as he was able to make sure that he won the balls excellently. Well, now, so talking about the UEFA Champions League, Kylian Mbappe scored 2 goals for PSG yesterday as they were able to win Juventus 2-1 in that encounter. So PSG are beginning to start off on a good note.
Yeah, I told you I don't see anywhere Juventus was going to win that. I tried to look for angles where they come out victorious in that encounter, but there were none really. And given that even PSG were not firing in all cylinders,
they weren't.
Mbappe and Neymar we are at each other's throat again. He squared the ball to me and all that. And
there were concerns because there was a point Mbappe turned to Galatia telling him that he has issues with his ankle. He was pointing to his ankle and Galatia was looking like, okay, no problem, let us see how you could just finish.
Yeah, I think he was able to shake that off and finish the game. And they will look at it, post game. And he will be ready for the next Champions League match, hopefully. So, but they were not firing on all cylinders and they still got that 2-1 win against Juventus. So when they maybe sort out whatever that is happening in their front line and they start firing, I think it will be more than this 2-1.
Well, let's see how it is going to go down quickly. Results of matches that were played yesterday in the UEFA Champions League. Dynamo Zagreb defeated Chelsea by a lone goal to nil. Borussia Dortmund defeated Copenhagen by 3-0 in a game where it was all fantastic for Borussia Dortmund. They were able to bust that game throughout. Sevilla lost to Manchester City by 4-0. RB Leipzig lost to Shakhtar Donetsk 4-1. A very shocking result. Nobody saw this coming in the UCL. PSG defeated Juventus 2-1. Now Salzburg and AC Milan played 1-1, and now the head coach of AC Milan, Paoli, came out to say that he was not really in love with the officiating and everything that had to happen in that encounter yesterday.
Well, he can't say that all he wants, but the match was down. There were few chances between the two teams. And I think Salzburg surprised AC Milan with how they came into the match. So that's actually the main thing that riled the team up. They were not expecting, they were expecting maybe Salzburg to sit back and defend normal
and to be like the normal Italian Serie A they play.
Yeah, they came to play too. So I think that upsets their game plan. So talking about officiating, there were calls that were against them, but they were not, decisive enough to come out with that result. So I think he should focus on the next game really.
That is just it. Real Madrid defeated Celtic 3-0. Vinicius Junior, Luka Modric, and Eden Hazard on the score sheet for Real Madrid. And lastly, Benfica were able to defeat Maccabi Haifa 2-0 in their own encounter. Now, today's encounters now, a club legend for Liverpool has come out to say that Jurgen Klopp should consider putting Mohamed Salah on the bench for the meantime. What is your take on this?
Oh, I don't know why you want to put Mohamed Salah on the bench. There is no rationale.
They said that he has not been the Mohamed Salah they've known for the past years.
Putting him on the bench is not going to solve the issue. This is somebody that he's having a bad spell and he knows. You now coming to put him on the bench will even hit his courage the more. It will make his
morale will drop.
It will definitely drop his morale. So that's not the best way to go. If Salah is not injured, he stays in the game. He's somebody that he might just come up with the magic. You never can. He's still Mohamed Salah. If he has that opportunity, he will show his magic. So putting him on the bench is not the way to go. This is your first Champions League match. You have to play with your strongest squad.
Well, let's see how it is going to go now. Still looking at UEFA Champions League. Let's look at fixtures for today. Eintracht Frankfurt to take on Sporting Lisbon by 5:45 p.m. Eintracht Frankfurt are making a return to the Champions League as they were able to win the UEFA Europa League. What do you expect from this encounter? Frankfurt, they sold one of their star players, Filip Kostic, to Juventus. He was in action yesterday for Juventus, but the Eintracht Frankfurt come out with a win in this encounter.
I think they'll be looking to win this encounter, given the type of season they had last year, winning the Europa League, beating the likes of Barcelona, and playing
West Ham,
playing Real Madrid in the Super Cup.
Yes,
so those experiences count for something. So I think going into this match, and it's not really like a match for them. So they'll be buoyed by confidence and be looking to win this one.
Well, Ajax will take on Rangers today by 5:45 p.m. Now, the funny thing about this encounter is Van Basten gets to take on his former team, Rangers. Now, looking at Ajax, after selling most star players, Lisandro Martinez to Man U, Anthony to Manchester United, currently the squad is not, they don't have that squad depth they had before. Do you feel this game against Rangers will be a 50-50, or Rangers making a return back to Champions League after the last time out they made an appearance was in 2010-2011 season? What do you think of this encounter today?
I think Rangers are no pushovers when it comes to football. They can't hold their own when they are playing. But given how the Eredivisie is going, Ajax seem not to be bothered by whatever they lost. They say winning their games, and So I think it's going to be tougher than everyone expected. It's not going to be a straight win for Ajax like it would have been 2 or 3 years ago. Rangers is going to definitely bring the game to them, and I would say currently now with the current squad both team has, they are almost matched. So I'm seeing a game where both teams are going to attack each other from the onset.
Well, now Tottenham Hotspur take on Olympique Marseille today. Antonio Conte starts his journey with Tottenham Hotspur in the UCL by 8 p.m. Who wins this one?
No, Conte is going to win this one.
Conte will win
this.
He's
going to win this one.
Napoli up against Liverpool, one of the big games for today. Osimhen will not be in action tonight.
That's the only bad news from that fixture. And if Liverpool were to drop Salah too, I think the team will now become evenly matched.
Evenly matched.
Yeah, because but it's still going to be, it's the match to watch today. It's the Napoli-Liverpool encounter really, and going to be a fun watch. Napoli is not only about Osimhen. They have other fantastic players
who couldn't find.
To compete. So I think they will compete, but I still think I'm judging by the Liverpool I knew.
Yes, by Liverpool you knew.
Yeah, because what I'm saying this season
it's not the Liverpool you know.
Something is wrong somewhere that should be fixed. But judging by the Liverpool I knew, they still have
firepower,
enough quality to edge this one. But given what we've been seeing so far, it's still early on in the season in the Premier League. Given what we've been seeing, Liverpool concedes goals that they normally don't concede. And then playing against Everton and get dominated in the midfield, and then going to Napoli with the midfield Napoli has. I don't really see. Maybe they come up with something different and have enough to win the match. Really.
Well, let's see how it will go between Napoli and Liverpool. Inter Milan will take on Bayern Munich, a resurgent Bayern Munich with Sadio Mane by 8 p.m. Who wins this one?
I don't know what Inter is doing. It's not working for them. They thought bringing back Lukaku was going to, but it's not been working out for them. So I think Bayern Munich will overrun them.
Well, Barcelona versus Victoria Pleasant today by 8 p.m. Now, a fun fact is Victoria Pleasant have scored 24 goals currently in 12 games this season. At this point, they scored 24 goals in just 12 games, and Barcelona have been able to amass a number of goals in just the first 6 or 5 games of the season that they have played. Who wins this one? Would there be an upset?
No, it's about how many goals Lewandowski is going to score, just like it was for Haaland. I think it's going to be about how many he scores. Really.
8 p.m. Barcelona versus Victoria Pleasant. Club Brugge will take on Bayern Leverkusen by 8 p.m. and Atletico Madrid will take on FC Porto.
I'm seeing another a draw match. If I were to predict, it's going to be a draw
because Porto are a very good side.
When it comes to Champions League, Porto is a force to reckon with.
So let's see how we do go down tonight. Quickly, looking at UCL encounters today. Eintracht Frankfurt, Sporting Lisbon, 5:45 p.m. Ajax versus Rangers by 5:45 p.m. Tottenham Hotspur versus Olympique Marseille by 8 p.m. Napoli versus Liverpool by 8 p.m. Inter Milan versus FC Bayern Munich by 8 p.m. Barcelona versus Victoria Pleasant by 8 p.m. Club Brugge will take on Bayern Leverkusen by 8 p.m. And lastly, Atletico Madrid will take on FC Porto by 8 p.m. 0815-1017-777 or 0907-112-1017. Hello, good morning to you. Hello, good morning to you. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Mona. Good morning, Oscar.
Yeah, good morning. You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you, Oscar, for that brief sporting round of man. You really put me this morning. Yes, I'm disappointed about the I would like, but now we're starting to a good moment, but there is another club. So that is a good opportunity to get to reinforce themselves. And there's some steps we saw that this will be careful to that people are for that study this issue. And become life. So I don't know why it's timing too much calendar to be going to war. It's not fun. You are back to very important. Then let me talk about Tyson. I think Tyson story is looking for opportunity to make one. Let's forget about that thing. It's not really about money. Look at the way he's pushing Anthony Joshua. You find out that he wants to make money because he knows Joshua happened and he's going to get lots of it because he was not given the opportunity to find what's the guy that
usage.
So it's a great opportunity for him to make more money because he knows if he attacks what he's saying now, he will bring out more money for him than he should. For him to take the so Tony should take the challenge to him and he should work harder because this will be very his career more. He should work hard and there's something about this opportunity to come back to your today. So this is opportunity for you. We should work harder and challenge it for it. But if you get low, if you not fight, that's the end of the career. But that matter is not fight. Can come down into the family. How you get it?
Thank you. Thank you very much for your contribution this morning. 0815-1017-777 or 0907-112-1017. Hello, good morning to you. Hello, good morning to you. Hello, good morning to you. Good morning to you. You're welcome. Can you speak up, please? Bayern Munich, yes. No problem. No problem. Thank you very much for your contribution. It says Bayern Munich are going to defeat Inter Milan by 2 goals. So if you are watching us live on Facebook, you could also drop your comments as well. Do we have anything on Facebook, Oscar?
Yeah, we have some messages here on Facebook. From somewhere government. My name is Radio Senator, texting from Ezago, a Manchester City fan. My club, Manchester City, made me proud yesterday, and Erling Haaland is the best player in the world right now. I wouldn't contradict that. He's the best goal scorer for the moment. And then Definitely. We have from also Francis in Naman watching live from Mama Gunze in Enugu State. Good morning, my people in the studio. Chelsea losing to Dynamo Zagreb is undoubtedly a big blow to the team and their fans. However, in a game of football, anything can happen. Thanks and God bless you.
No problem.
We have Daniel Praise, who I know is a Manchester United fan, saying good morning to Muna and Oscar. How are you guys doing this morning? Yesterday's game was the result I expected, except Mbuka FC that horribly lost to Sequel. Frankly speaking, Chelsea's lose was heavier to me personally because it cut my ticket. Thanks for that. Well, congratulations to the Beast Haaland and King Mbappe for their wonderful performances yesterday. Finally, to my darling Real Madrid, excellently won against Celtic despite subbing Benzema early for injury. Precious.
No problem. Thank you very much for your comments on Facebook. Good morning, Mona and Oscar from the Onwa of Real Madrid, winners of Super Cup, La Liga, and European champions Real Madrid, Ndemere, Chelsea. Or soon, very soon, Chelsea fans will tell Chucho, thank you for banking with us. He says congratulations to the winners last night in the UCL, and he says congratulations to Real Madrid, and he says that Benzema's injury is not serious. Denko from Kuala Hala Madrid. Thank you very much for your message this morning. Let us see how it goes. 0815 1017 777 or 0907 112 1017. Hello, good morning to you. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Hello.
Good morning. I can hear you quickly.
Yeah. My name is Pedro. I'm calling you from Aware.
You're welcome.
Yeah. See, that woeful performance by Chelsea. I want to say that their top performance in the Premier League has now started to replicate in the UEFA Champions League. And I wouldn't like to say that this is because Chelsea have talked too much. And all those their banter has started affecting them. And also, I want to tell them that the absence of Riviga and the passionate owner of Chelsea, Ibrahimovic, is not ill. Will continue to affect them. And they will continue to be losing. It has not started yet, though. They have been mocking and battering Mayu. They still have back to them. Let them continue losing. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you very much for your contribution this morning. He says that Chelsea's problems are just starting. 0815101777 or 09071121 1017. Hello, good morning. Good morning to you.
Yeah,
welcome.
Morning. Welcome.
Quickly, your contribution. I can hear you. 0815101777 or 0907112117. You could also send messages to us on Facebook. We are definitely going to read them out. Barcelona take on Victoria Pleasant tonight. Bayern Munich take on Internazionale. Napoli take on Liverpool tonight as well by 8 p.m. Those are the big games that are going to kick off. Hello, good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning. Same to you. Quickly. You're welcome.
Personally, I'm not saying without money. No, without finances, only money knows how to supply more or the assist to Salah. If you have this again, you Salah the offense today very, very bad. And the game today, I want to tell you, Liverpool will lose today's match. They will lose it. They will lose it because they are not doing well. And they will get today match. So the coach to use three decisions at once. It's a very wrong performance. So I pray that they will know and correct themselves. I don't want them to lose here now. Even if they lose not now, if they continue like this, they will join Man U in Europe. They God bless you.
No problem. Thank you very much for your contribution this morning. Do we still have anything on Facebook?
We have one from Sokoyo from Omuz saying Chelsea never see anything yet. Their landlord Fulham will finish them this weekend.
No problem. We're still talking about the UEFA Champions League before heading into the weekend's encounter. Hello, good morning to you. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Oscar.
Good morning.
My contribution is it is not going to be easy for Bayern Munich. They won't come out victorious against Inter Milan. So it will be a draw game. And secondly, Liverpool will defeat Napoli. Napoli is going to be feeling seriously the absence of Victor Osimhen. Dropping Salah out of the game is not a good work. It will demoralize him and totally demoralize the team. Liverpool team, despite the absence of Sadio Mane, is built around Mohamed Salah. So they should give him that trust. They should give him that support. They should give him that motivation by making him available in the game on consistent basis. It will help Liverpool as a team. Thank you very much.
No problem. Thank you very much for your contribution this morning. Quickly, Oscar, do you motivate someone being paid £350,000 a week, or he should motivate others who are not earning the same pay as him? I want to get your contribution this morning.
That's not how it actually goes. Every player needs motivation, no matter how much they
are being paid.
And I think we can still see Hazard is still being motivated, trying to be motivated in Real Madrid. He earns close to 400,
but Mohamed Salah and Hazard are different because Salah has been in fine form throughout. Yeah, Hazard has been poor.
No,
throughout,
but when Hazard was in Chelsea, it happened to him too. There was a season he only scored 4 goals the whole season. Even though Mourinho came outside to criticize him, he never stopped playing him. It will destroy the player. In fact, it's one of the things that even happened to Torres. He wasn't playing well and he got dropped. And from then on, he never recovered. So once you drop this player now, you feel like, okay, it's done for me. It's over. Everybody have lost faith in me. But if you still give him that faith and once he starts scoring, he just carries on from there. So I still think that you can still motivate somebody even if he's your highest paid player.
Well, quickly, your last words before we call it a wrap up on the show.
The only thing I want to say is I hope that the game against the USA with the Super Falcons has been a learning curve for the coach. I think I hope he has seen areas that he needs working on, and maybe getting players going around. We still have players all around the world, or even in our local leagues. You can see how to fill those gaps. Maybe look for a lethal striker that we can not only because currently now our only hope is Asisat Oshoala. We are not scoring goals.
We are not scoring
enough goals. So we need to look for other alternatives. What if something happens to Australia again? Then we are not going to have anything in the World Cup. So look for ways to plug those holes in the team, and hopefully they learn from there and do well in the World Cup.
Well, let's see how it is going to go for Randy Waldom in his race to make sure that Nigeria's Super Falcons becomes vibrant once again. And not only vibrant, being feared once again when it comes to women's football. Remember to catch all those matches live that it is going to come here in Napoli, Liverpool, Bayern Munich, Inter Milan, Barcelona, Victoria Pleasant, Tottenham Hotspur versus Olympic Marseille, Atletico, and Porto will all be in action. Make sure you watch the UCL. Well, Oscar, it was fun doing this with you. Thank you for joining me on the program. Tomorrow, we're still going to make a return for the Thursday edition, when it will be for those who play in the UEFA Europa League, for us to analyze and talk about what they will be doing in the Europa League. Remember, keep staying sporting, engage in sporting activities because it is very needed and it reduces stress. Tomorrow we'll make a return. I'll leave you in the hands of the La Liga anthem for you to make sure that you anticipate the Champions League match for today. I am Mona, your host, signing out.